it's okay to fail. It's okay to give it a shot and to learn from your mistakes. So I certainly did that, but it was discouraging because, I think when you're younger and you fail, you just think like you're a failure, right? You don't realize that it's like a life lesson. So like I learned that later in life that the failures I made when I was, younger or inexperienced would actually have like a stronger impact in my like later years.
Laura Webb, EO Tampa Bay Engagement Chair, another episode of EO in the Tampa Bay boardroom. Today, I'm super thrilled to have my forum mate, Mike Diogostine, with us. We've been in forum together now, 3 years, 4 years? I feel like one of our first meetings was right after, it was virtual. It was during COVID.
Yeah, that's probably close to 5 years now, I think.
Yeah. So thanks so much for joining me. I appreciate it.
My pleasure.
I know so much about you, but will you please share, tell us about where you're from, tell me about your family, tell me about your EO qualifying business.
Let's see. I grew up in Connecticut, but I moved to Tampa to go to UT in '99, and I just stayed after college because I enjoy Florida a lot more than Connecticut. Out of college, I opened up a restaurant. As you know, I sold hot dogs in my previous life, so hospitality is kind of my background forever. And in 2019, 2019, I was offered an opportunity to work with my EO qualifying business called eForms. So I'm an equity partner. Basically started like when it was a startup back then. So I'm going on 7 years now. I'm actually the COO, which makes me, I think, a little unique in the EO world. I've definitely been a CEO in the past, but I think a CEO fits my personality a little bit better. I've been married 5 years. Me and my wife have a son. He's 18-month old, and it's just great being a dad. So I really enjoy that now. Lots of activities during the week and on the weekends with him. So it's been a lot of fun. And we live in Tampa Heights.
Yes.
So,
all right.
Yep.
Awesome. So how come you joined EO?
I joined EO. Let's see. I mean, it was during COVID. I think one of our first forum meetings was like, I think a bunch of them were virtual in the beginning.
Virtual, yeah.
But my business partner joined EO around the same time in Detroit. And he was just telling me all these like, wonderful things about it. And, I was like, all right, well, I'll give it a shot. And then come to find out, ironically, Naeem was the member who like interviewed me, and him and I worked together when we were in college. So like years ago. So it was really great to even just connect with him in general, but also like, Tampa's kind of a small world, and that was my intro to EO Tampa Bay.
Nice.
And then I met you, of course. So yeah.
We've been super pals ever since. So.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. So do you have a book or like a podcast that you're either digging now or something that's had an impact on you?
Let's see. I go in like waves kind of. So I was like on an Audible wave for a while where I would just, every month I would like use my credit and buy a new book. So I have like a laundry list of books, but I think the only one that I read more than once, which I feel like is a good answer to your question, is Never Split the Difference. I don't know why. It's either his voice or, I really love just re-listening to everything Chris Voss was saying, and I try to apply it like in the real world.
Yeah, for sure. I know Corey Kupfer talks about that book a lot too. He does he's on the EO circuit, the speaking circuit, and he's a chair of the DL exchange right now. And he's like, yeah, never split the difference ever.
and I think someone in EO definitely recommended it. I forget if it was in one of our forums or somewhere, but that's what kind of attracted me to it as well.
Cool. All right. So what's something you would tell your younger self?
It's also, I feel like, a great icebreaker we could use. I think I would just tell my younger self that it's okay to fail. It's okay to give it a shot and to learn from your mistakes. So I certainly did that. Um, but it was discouraging because, I think when you're younger and you fail, you just think like you're a failure, right? You don't realize that it's like a life lesson. So like I learned that later in life that the failures I made when I was, younger or inexperienced would actually have like a stronger impact in my like later years. So yeah, I'll tell my younger self not to worry about it too much.
Fair enough. What's something that's keeping you up at night right now?
Based on the timing of this little talk we're having, the Charlie Kirk assassination, like all just, every news feed that I look at, and every day it's just a conversation I'm having with either friends, family, coworkers, etc. Um, and like, I don't know. I posted, or I shouldn't say I posted. I reposted a couple of things just because like I was traveling and like I was basically glued to my phone on the flight. So I like reposted a few things, and a couple people almost like, I don't want to say attacked me, but like made negative comments like my post, which is like I'm not a poster. So it was like, I don't know. I felt weird about it almost, but um I didn't fall into the trap of debate, I guess. Like I wasn't like, I basically said, I respect your opinion. And my opinion is like, I hope you rest in peace, and just kept it at that. Um, but that's been on my mind. I think it's bothering me more than I expected it to. Um, and I do hope, positivity comes out of it, which I think already has, but even for me personally,
Why do you think it's bothering you more than you expected it to?
I don't know. And a couple of people I've talked to too said the same thing. I was never really a political person. Like I don't think you and I ever really ever talk politics, right? It's not on my, it's just not on my mind all the time. But I don't know. I think I watched a lot of his videos, going to campuses, and I love debating people about other stuff, like not just politics, just in general. And like the demeanor, he was open to listening to everyone, and I think that's a really great thing. Um, so I liked, it made me rethink my like Christian beliefs a little bit, and it's just sad to see a father get killed. Like it really is. Like now that I have a son, like I couldn't imagine like the conversation my wife would have to have with him, explaining to him like why daddy's not coming home. That might have like triggered why it bothered me so much. But
Yeah.
I don't know. It's hard to say, to be honest.
Yeah. Yeah. Um, Kind of changing gears. What's one thing you've done in your life that like makes your life easier, or like, you are like the master of efficiency? And I don't want to, don't want to change totally. I'm sorry for the the direction, but
No, no, it's fine. I mean,
like,
I've been using
yeah.
AI a lot.
Okay.
I don't know, like more than I thought I would. Um, probably like a year ago, someone's like, "Oh, have you used Chat GPT?" And I was like, not really. Whatever. But I started using it, and it's just really helpful with everything. With my Europe trip I just went on, like the entire itinerary, like I use Chat GPT for help. For work, I use AI to help me write emails. Like not from start to finish. I'm kind of like, this is this is what I'd like to say. Just like help me get it out there quicker, make it sound a little bit better.
Yeah.
Um, and I feel confident. I used to do that before AI, but it would just take me longer. Like I don't want to stare at my screen for 20 minutes to write an email
Right.
that should take a minute. So that's been very helpful. Having an Airbnb on the side, same thing. I use AI for all my like to help me write my descriptions of the listing, to write my reviews for the guests. I can use it to ask the guests to write me a review, like in a non, like I don't know. I can even say it because AI says it's so much better. But it's been very helpful
Yeah.
all around.
Yeah. I'm finding that to be the same.
Even
Final
for shopping, to
question.
be honest.
Like,
I
what
used it to
kind
buy
of
a TV.
shopping?
I used to buy a TV. I mean, you could like, you know, these are the three TVs I want. Like research all the reviews and explain the differences between them. It's just like I don't know. It's just so much easier the way it's presented.
Yeah. I love it. I think there's going to be so
So
much that we
yeah,
continue to learn about it, and it's going to be, continue to grow. And I mean, even with all the versions that they've had so far, they at Nerve we were talking about how they're different. So who knew that
yeah,
within it they could be so different? So
I know.
all right, final question. We're sitting here 1 year from today. What are we celebrating?
Maybe baby number two, maybe.
Oh, okay.
Or I mean, you know this better than everyone because we talk about it all the time. But I would just love to have a couple more rental properties under my belt.
Okay. Well,
So there's my personal and my business answer.
I love
Bigger
it.
family, bigger portfolio.
The absolute antithesis of I am so sorry for this construction noise today. I hope it's not been too distracting for you. We're so hopefully you didn't even hear it.
I can't hear it all, so no.
Yay for noise canceling earbuds. So
Yeah,
thanks so much for joining me. Super appreciate your vulnerability. I am always grateful for the time that we get to spend together. So, and now all of the rest of EO Tampa Bay gets to learn a little bit more about you as well. So thanks so much.
thank you.